You want to do that? No, how about a bender? Hey, good morning everybody. I'm Tom Haas, owner of TSH Concrete. Business owner for 35 years. And we just launched a YouTube channel here a couple months ago and having a lot of fun with it. Today what we did, we come in this morning and ripped out all the old concrete. It gave us a little bit of struggle. There was some half-inch rebar in there, but some saws and some sledgehammers and of course the machinery. And James here gets it done pretty good. And demo went good, so we hauled that off site. Formed it, prepped the site. Now we're waiting on concrete. We have our wire mesh down, our rebar, it's all tied in place. One of the mistakes a lot of people make is not being ready when the truck gets there. You don't want to scramble. You want your tools out, in place, everybody knows what to do, everything ready, set to the right height, and things will just go a lot smoother. So in this particular job, the customer picked our rolled slate pattern. And it's a real mild stamp, and we can move pretty fast at it, so we offered it at a discounted stamping rate. And it just gives a real mild slate texture over the whole surface, and we'll break it up with tool cuts or saw cuts. In this case, we're going to use tool cuts so we can put them in same day and do our crack protection that way. And it's a real nice look. We're going to put some color in the cement truck when it gets here. And that's a Sonora tan, like a light tannish color, and then we're going to follow that up with a walnut antiquing to give it a two-tone look. So we'll show you that here in a little bit. This is a pretty typical job for us. We can come in one day and do the demolition, prep, and pouring and finishing pretty much all in one day with a little bit of sealing and cleanup to follow the next day. This is an average size job to a small job. A lot of times we'll come in and do the driveway, front walk, patio. Just come in and give them a whole new facelift, sorry. And I have my two sons working with me now and a couple other employees. So having a lot of fun doing it and looking forward to a couple more years here in the business, as long as the old body can hold out. So this is one of my sons, Steven, and he works with me every day. He's 30, he's been pouring concrete for about 25 years. Is that correct, Steve?
Give or take, 5.
So he's having a lot of fun with it too. So I enjoy working with these guys, and we argue a little, but not too much.
Most days are good. Occasionally.
So we just finished up pouring, and boy, what a difference the power buggies make. A couple years ago, we'd have to wheelbarrow that all in, or a pumper truck, and that's a lot of work setting that up. Another company needs scheduled in the whole process. So we have our own power buggies, changed how we do business. So if you're in the business, I highly recommend getting them. So the concrete's starting to set up a little bit. We're gonna start getting our edges all cleaned up. Next we'll be doing our tool cutting for our crack control, and a trowel, smooth everything out, get rid of all the imperfections in it. And then we'll be doing the liquid release for our antiquing, and then the slate texture. So that's what's coming up. I'm lucky, I have a pretty good crew. Everybody seems to know what to do, and communication amongst everybody is important, because once the concrete starts setting, you run out of time quick. Yeah. I have a couple videos out there telling them about the process of finishing it. I don't know if it's important for me to say it anymore. Just everything is slow. When you're edging wet concrete, slow and flat. When you're troweling wet concrete, slow, and keep your tools flat, and you get a nicer product. Yeah, I think actually our second truck's going to be ready before our first truck. So, how it goes sometimes. I gotta go and find my knee pads.
Hope there's no bugs in this bush.
Slow and flat, as flat as you can. Lays it in there real nice. Make sure your corners are all nice and full.
All new stringing this or just
Okay, I did all the easy cuts because the concrete's still a little bit soft. Off the posts, corners, sidewalk. Now we're gonna get ready to get the bigger cuts in on the main patio. It's still just a little bit soft to get on. The key is staying ahead of it. Is there a difference between those two?
Yeah, this is float. It just kind of floats the concrete up, like floats the cream up, brings the cream to the surface, and the trowel lays it down a lot flatter, keeps it a little bit smoother so we can get more texture during rolling. This sprayer is filled with liquid release and antiquing. The liquid release prevents our rollers from sticking to the surface of the concrete, and the antiquing gives it a secondary color that gives the slate a very natural look. Spray it on. See the antiquing?
Oh yeah.
Kind of a tannish color. I believe this color is walnut. Now once we roll on the texture, that secondary color, that antiquing, will settle into all the texturized areas. And that's how that's done. Flip. So you don't have repeating patterns. Make sure you get texture all the way to the edge, because as soon as it's sealed, any bare spots will really show up. We use the little wheels on the edges and the joints, and the big wheels on everything else, so we don't smash the joints together.
Did I mention Steve's getting married in 2 weeks?
Pretty cool. So you flip them to help with the repeating patterns.
Yeah.
Then you can hit it diagonally or the opposite way. Just anything to help it make.
Break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you line me up?
So what do you do with the plastic bag?
This is a product by Butterfield. It's the flexible slate pattern. It's for these hard to reach areas where you need some corner action.
Nice.
Gives you that, mimics that rolled slate pattern. You just kind of hit where the roller doesn't fit.
You're letting go one of the TSH secrets there.
And then you're rolling right up as close as you can. It just all blends together. That way you got texture everywhere.
Alright. I'm going to bring it out to you and angle it to that.
Okay, we're wrapping up here, putting the final texture on the parts back here in the shade. But that's the basic look. And what you see when it's wet, that's how it'll look when it's all sealed and 100% complete, which we'll do tomorrow. Concrete's drying pretty good out there. We're starting to take the forms off. We'll spread some dirt, clean it up for the homeowner a little bit. And that's really all there is to it. Well, thanks for tuning in today. If you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.